dice are in your hand and the stakes are high. Every move, every roll, it's your time to fly. Practice like you play, put your heart in the fight. Play like you practice, every roll feels right. Oh, roll, roll, win. Let the journey begin. Face the game with a champion's grin. Every step, every turn is the fire within. Roll to win, yeah, roll, roll to win.
All right. Happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. I hope you all have a great and safe holiday weekend. For many of you, the weekend starts tomorrow. Saturday is the 4th of July. And I'd kind of like to go see young Washington. I've read a lot of good things about it. I've seen a few interviews on people. But I don't know if I'll get a chance to make it. But I would like to see it. I hope you all do well this weekend, whether you go to the casino or whether you spend your time with family. Make sure you got 10 fingers at the end of the weekend. Some of those little explosives we like to play with are a little bit strong. All right, so I got a $2,000 buy-in. And I'm just going to be practicing. I'm not going to be trying to break any world records on long tosses. Victor's in here trying to stir some shit. I don't know why he does that. But you can always count on Victor. All right, let me get this up. I'm going to probably, we'll call it a $15 table, but I'm going to probably play it at the quarter level. We'll see. Hopefully that's $2,000. Hopefully that's enough to play a little bit. I just want to get a little practice in, but I will. And I've changed the cameras up a little bit. I've gone sideshow gamble style here a little bit, except I don't have all the fancy overlays and that stuff. You know, he's got, I don't know how he got that done, but I didn't know he knew how to do that stuff. But he's gotten really impressive with his graphics and all that stuff over there. But I'm going to go $60 on the pass line. I'm going to go 20, 20, 20 up here on the ATS, or on mine it says little critters, big critters, and dead critters. So the critters are up for 20, 20, 20. I'm going to come out with a 6464. And I'm going to put a $10 crap check down to cover that $60 I've got there. And I'll throw the 6464 set, and I'm going to start out with a Uri grip. I come out 7. I'll lose 10 bucks on the crap check. We'll go back up. Should be playing the world. I normally play the world on that set, but when you get up a little higher, I just kind of tend not to do that. A little hard off the wall, got an ace deuce. I got my $10 back. That pays 70, that lose 60, net $10. I got my $10 back. So let me mark ace deuce. I know y'all can't see that up there, but well, I guess I could mark it up here. Probably can't see that either. All right. Hello, Dr. Yank. Happy belated birthday to Dr. Yank. I think Dr. Yank is now officially getting, if he's not elderly yet, he's getting really close. Now they come out 7. That'll knock that out. Need a point, Ed. I do have a bouncy table if y'all can't tell. This sucker is bouncy. Others come out 7. I forgot to put my crap check down. I'll take $10 out of the rack. I'm going to bleed my reds right on down here doing that. Because I was going to have one, so I'm paying the price. I'll do this one more time. If we don't set a point, I'll change sets. But that's why I like this set on the World Bet. World Bet pushes. We did have one ace deuce. Point is 6. I'm going to do it in Mississippi rules. That would be that, except I'm going to have to put odds on my 6. So I've got $30 on the 5, 8, and 9. Let's just do $60 odds to start out with, because we've had a little weird stuff going on with that. So let's see. I don't really have a favorite. I have a lot that I use a lot. I'm going to start out with that. 5, 1, 3, 5. Point is 6. And there's a PSO. Had the funniest thing happen last Sunday. I had drained my pool because I had a leak in the liner. It still had about 1.5 inches of water in it, 1 inch in it, something like that. Wife comes out, goes out on the back deck Sunday morning, and she goes, "You need to come out here." I said, "What's going on?" "Something in the pool." Immediately I knew it had to be a squirrel. You could hear it thrashing around in the water down there. There's no way he's going to climb out. I'm like, change clothes, go down there and go squirrel hunting. And they go, "Yep, there's a squirrel down here." I said, "No, wait a minute. There's 2 squirrels down here." "No, I'm wrong. There's 3 squirrels." "Nope, not 3 squirrels, 4 squirrels." Holy crap, there's 5 squirrels running around in my pool. And I'm such a dumbass that I never even thought about just laying a board down in there and letting them climb out. I wanted to catch them. You ever tried to catch 5 squirrels soaking wet, running around in a pool? It ain't easy. It is not easy. Let's see. I got to get used to everything being on the right-hand side of my table, betting-wise. It was quite the experience trying to get all them squirrels out of there. Whew. And I actually re-injured an old injury right up here next to my elbow. It's kind of like tennis elbow. It's like tendonitis or something right there in the elbow. And there for a few days. I didn't know if I could even hold paradise. Come out 7. I'm doing that a lot here. No, Victor, those squirrels have got a target on their back as soon as I get over to the hardware store and get some pellets. I hate squirrels. I hate them. 325. Hate them. Hard 4. I ain't even put a bet out. That's all right. I wasn't gonna bet the 4 anyway. Got busy talking about squirrels. $50 odds. $30, 689. Ha! I tried to do a little roll into the wall and I just bit another bullet. Isn't that fun? 2 PSOs after taking forever to set the first point. After taking forever. I hadn't thrown hardly all week. This table will beat your ass. All right, so we'll cut it down to 10, 5, 10 up here on the ATS. $5 pass line. I'm gonna do a $10 whirl. $25 pass line, $10 whirl, $5 ace deuce. Point is 10. Six, 4, 6, 4. Iron cross, point of 10. And we'll bet the 4. We'll bet the 4 in pairs with the 10. Victor, everybody in Alabama's got kudzu. Those of us that don't live in the country right now don't have wild hogs, but there are wild hogs around. So I'm going to go with a little all 7 set for a minute. Based on what them dice were doing, I'll probably get primary now. 4, 2, 6. Yay, we finally. Let's use the bright red. Go to 42. I feel like I'm doing a Fibonacci regression on, or Fibonacci progression on trying to just hit points. Yeah, I'm warming up, Sideshow, but it's also, it's hard. This elbow still bothers me a little bit, but there's our 5. That will pay. Got 50, 30, 15, 45, less 1's 44. This is Mississippi rules. Take it to 40. put the rest in the rack because we need some rack money. A little piece of a press there. That field bet's been long gone. There's a yo. What have we hit? We've hit a 5 and a 6. I'm missing a marker. A 6 and a 5, a 10 and a yo. That's what we got. Yes, they are. I'm trying to work on my Uri grip a little bit, in case y'all hadn't noticed, because I'm going to need it this summer down south here. But I have a very bouncy table. Oh, very bouncy table. There's another 6. 50 for 1. I'm going to pull a sweet Lou and regress to 30. I know, I'm not supposed to regress, but I will. Oh man, we're just getting ready for a 4th of July weekend. It's the first 4th of July weekend in years. I have not been at the casino. There's that ace deuce. I gotta watch out for them chips. I'm not used to having chips on that end of the table. Hello, K9 Comp. A little bit of a drift, got a 4. We got a 4. That's going to pay us 50 for 1. There's the 1. Put that in that stack. I'm going to go to 50. Quarter in the rack. And that's why I always bet 4s and 10s and pairs. There's exactly 6 ways to make the ugly number, and there's exactly 6 ways to make a 4 and 10 combined. Excellent there, William. Excellent. Six, 2, 8. Oh, I rolled that over. There we go. 6, 2, 8. It's going to pay 35. I'm going to rack it. I'm going to rack it because I had those PSOs early. It's not like I'm going to play all night here, but I'm going to play it for an hour, and I'd like to not have to rebuy. Yeah, running left. There's that 3, 4. Got a primary hit. 7 on that. I'm glad I collected on that 8. Glad I collected. I don't know. We needed a 2 for the small. 9 and a 12. But we made a little progress. Now I just got to stop those dice from running all over the place if I can. Might have to go to a conventional grip, but really wanting to practice that Uri because you get so much less skin on the dice, and skin is the enemy when it's humid. I'll go back to 60. I'm going to leave that up. Nah, I don't need to do that. Let's just go 30. 30 on the pass line. $5 crap, wrong color head, made it red. $5 crap check. And we'll stay up there, 10, 5, 10. Repeaters are where you make your money. There's a point of 4. Now I got to bet to 10 with that. If I stay true to myself. I guess I'll stay with that all 7 set because it seemed to be working. Yeah, you're right. Soft toss. This table is I have a love-hate relationship with it. Of course, I love the table, don't get me wrong. It's a hard 8. It's 35. I will go to 42. Another 8. Let's mark these up this time. We got 2 8s. Got a 5-3. It's going to pay us 50 for 1. Slacker. Dang, bud, he's calling you a slacker. You missed 2 PSOs, maybe 3. I don't remember now. There's an ace deuce. 3 and an 8. There's another 8. It's 3 8s. It's going to pay 50 for 1 again. I'm going to tell the dealer, take me to 60 and get a little more back in the rack here. A little press, a little more to the rack. 5-3. And that one, I didn't put any really rotation on it. There's a 5. Let's mark that 5. 2, 2. All right, that pays us 44. Let's do 45 for 1. There's the 45. There's the 1. Let's take her to 40. Whoop. I don't know where that extra green chip came. I had 2 down there. There we go. 30 goes to the rack. Aces. Those landed nicely. I put a little more rotation on that shot. I have hit a 4. I have hit a 4. I've got a 2, 3, 4, and 5. I need a 6. 10-ton be pulling out $3,000 and laying that 6. Oh, there's my 6. That's what we need. 5-1. That pays $300. 3 black chips to the rack. All right, so we hit the small, and the only thing we've hit on the high side is the 8. So let's do this. Let's turn our axis this way and see what happens. Well, hit my point. I'll take that too. I will take that too. There's 2 4s. We're going to get paid 30 on the pass line and 50 back here. And that lay on that 6 would have gone down. He wouldn't be laying it for that much unless it was the last number. So I misspoke, but I will take a little sip of brown water in celebration. A little Still Austin tonight. For all my Texas people out there. Good evening, Jeff. Coming out. Point of 8. There's a 9. I got nothing on it. I'm gonna pull that 10 down into here. See if we can hit. Just go on the inside there for a sec. I should bet the 4 and 10, but I have rotated that up. Dang it, Ed! You just talked yourself into keeping the 10 up. I've rotated those axes around to see if I can get some uptown numbers. Another 8. That's the point. I didn't even put my odds down. That's all right. I'll live with it. That's 5 8s. We're almost on a repeater bet there. Hey, Sarge. Clay, I hope you're doing well. Hope all of you are doing well. Little deep, little deep. Got my 9, another 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, 9 is the point now. That would be right. 9 is the point. Six, 3. Keeping up with shots here. We did hit aces down here. We did hit that 6. So the small was hit, so we just need we need 11 and 12 is all we need, because the point, no it wasn't. No it wasn't. Never mind. Was the point 10 or was the point 4? I think it was 4. Earlier. Lost my mind here for a minute. Well, more than a minute. There's a 6. We had dropped that down to 35. I mean to 30, so that's going to pay us 35. Let's just go to 60. Since we'd already done a Sweet Lou regression on that thing. No, we didn't. That was the other hand. Let's take that back. Let's go to 42. Let me swap them out. I grabbed them out of the wrong rack. Right there. Let's put them white chips right there. Them go down here. I'm going to put $50 odds on that this time. Need a 10, 11, and 12. A curtsying emoji. I bet you could get your wife to make you a curtsying emoji. She's handy. I'll come back here. Hard 10. Got a leaner hard 10. That's going to pay 50 for 1. There's the 50. There's the 1. Go to 50. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the 4, because I did hit 2 of them earlier, even though I'm shooting for uptown numbers now, and it seems to be working. Need 11 and a 12. And that thing's starting to hurt. I may have to put a brace on. Not only is she smarter than you, she's stronger than you, and she's more talented than you. But you're probably a better dentist. Probably. I have no doubt that she could remove teeth. I have no doubt in my mind. She may have already removed teeth. There's a 5. All right, we've got 40. That's going to pay 60 less the VIG. There's 55. We'll say it's a $3 VIG. Dun, 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 dun. So now that goes to 80, and that goes to the rack. You would be intrigued to know. Hey, Pearl's Girl. Hey, Pearl's Girl, it's been a long time since I've even produced a live on my own. I wasn't even sure if I knew how. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Another aces. It's the wrong end of the spectrum. I needed that to be a 12, Ed. It's not a good toss. Oh, up against the rubber. Hey, I got a yoke. I'll take it. I'll take luck on that kind of shot. 6-5. Mid-mo yo for sideshow right there. You'd be intrigued to know, I'd be intrigued to know your state point. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Another 5. 4-1. And that's the gravy train on 3 of those. So that's going to pay $116 after the vig. And I always collect that 116. Not everybody does. Sometimes I know 220 likes to go to 100. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Just how you want to run your progressions. A little short. There's my 7. I got a primary hit. I didn't even get an off axis. That's when it makes you mad, when you throw in an all 7 set and you still get a primary. But we had a long roll. I'd much rather that been a 6-1 than a primary hit. Let's see. We had four horns. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 roller. A 19 roller will work. We hit the small. Push that off, break these in, get these picked up. We'll throw again. Still not happy with my landing. Stupid crap check's been sitting there forever. Getting kind of hot down here. Let's see what y'all got going on the chat. Oh, the stair point. That'll require me pouring a little bit more of this Steel Austin that I've got up here on the shelf. I'm looking at exactly right there on the other side of the back of the pass line. That's where I'm looking. I'm trying to line up to throw. If you go straight down this pass line, if you go right, you're in a curve. You're starting the curve. So I'm wanting them to be right in here. That's where I'm wanting them to be. The older you get, the harder it is to hit what you're aiming at. Yes, T-Was, I am throwing the Uri grip. I'm practicing the Uri grip tonight just because it's July in the South. And I need to get re-familiarized with that. See, I've got 10, 5, 10. I'll drop a quarter and leave it at that. Put a quarter on the pass line. $5 crap check. We'll mix it up a bit. That was the large dice. Now I'm going to go with the smaller dice, the 0.75s instead of the 7.75s. Just mixing it up. I'll go back to here. Hey, that was working. Good question, Yank. I have to make myself, I'm backwards to everybody else in the world. I have to make myself put rotation if I want rotation. With a Uri grip, almost everybody else automatically gets rotation. But if I don't do it, if I don't put any rotation on it, it just becomes a drop shot for me. So I have to think about putting a little bit of rotation on it. Ace deuce. I'm gonna clean this up here. Mark me an ace deuce. This pays 35. I lost a quarter, so I net $10. Another downtown number with that axial root. Oh, them jumped way back. Those bit right in. Those had some spin on them. Too much spin, in my opinion, because they bit and just jumped straight back towards the back of the table. They didn't even make it to the wall. All right, so we'll go inside with $30 on each one. Mark that 9 up there. There's a yo. No help. Kind of a wasted toss at this point, but we'll see. We'll let them run way over there. There's a hard 10. No help again. But that one took a wild hop. So I'm almost hammering the wall right there. It's almost what I want. It's 35. Let's go ahead and go to 42. I tried to short it. Ha! Through a 12. Where was those at a while ago? On that last hand. I need an 8. There's the 11 marker. There's the 12 marker. Let's put a quarter on a hard 8. Three, 1, 4. There ain't even anything resembling an 8 on that shot. Again, nothing on it. We've had a lot of non-inside throws. A lot. We've only had a 9. There's the point. 6-3. All right, so we get quarter and 75. So we pick $100 up on the point. That helps. That pays for our action that we've got out there that we're not hitting. That'll make you feel better. I'm going to turn that hard 8 is not working, but I will hop it. I will hop the hard 8 for $10. Then I mark my 6. Did I miss my 6, John? Hey, John. I've got one marker on it up there. But I only hit it once, didn't I? Or did I hit it twice? Well, there's a hard 6. Let's put a quarter on the hard 6. Oh, the ATS marker. I got you. I didn't know y'all could even see that up there. I guess you can see it. Yeah, you can see. I see where you see it. All right. Whoa, that went everywhere. And I got another primary hit. How can you get a primary hit on a wild shot like that? 3-4. Yeah, well, it was about to get interesting. It was about to get interesting. I thought it was worth the chance on those hard 6 and hard 8s in case I had the right double pitch. And of course I got a double pitch on that come out, and that's the only one I ever got the whole roll. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Okay. 10, 5, 10 on the ATS. There's that. There's my pass line, $25. $5 crap check. All right, let's do something different. No, let's don't. Yeah, let's do. shoot that, and then I got another set I want to shoot a little bit too. So we'll shoot a couple of different sets here. It is got to be hot and extremely high humidity because it's hot up here and high humidity. And it's probably hotter up here than down there next to the coast, temperature-wise. It was like 93 or 4 today, I think, here. Plus humidity. Heat index over 100. Lou says it's hot in New Jersey. Let's go with a 6.2. Let's mix it up a little. No, I just changed. Let's go back to that. I'm going to do the 5.135. Sorry. I had a third set popped in my head I wanted to throw. All right. Little bitty dice. There's a 12. Let me clean those up. There is a 12. That loses, that wins, and that's 10. $10 goes to the rack. Yeah, Sideshow, you living down there, and don't they call that the saltgrass region or something like that? What do they call that down there? Is it saltgrass? Oh, too much spin. 6-1. All right, so this loses. Those are a push. Another $5 crap check. $5.135. Let's put a little spin on this one if we can. Oh, I did not put a spin on it. Cost me another $5. Maybe I shouldn't be throwing that set. Yeah, I'm committed. There's a 5. All right. The $50 odds. I'm going to do $60, 6 and 8. That is not smart. And a $30 9. That is not smart based on the previous rolls. There we are. There is Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Don't forget, Anthony, February 30th, 2026. A lot of spin. Got my 8. A little more spin than I wanted. I intentionally put more spin on that. I got a little more spin than I wanted. Thus, you see how they jump back from the wall. But I did get pretty much an equal reaction. So I'm okay with that, especially since it was a box number. All right, 60 is going to pay me 70. There we go. We'll just use that because that crap check's long gone. I will take it. 75, 85, 90. And that will come to the rack. What year did you book it for, Anthony? I think they had to go out about 3 years to find that date. No, let's see. That doesn't exist, right? Whoops, I spilled the beans. There's my 8. Five, 3. I got 90 on it. I'll take quarters. There's 105. I'm just going to collect the $105 because that helps me get close. I know I put $60 on the 6 and 8. There's my 9. I need to mark these 8s up. There's 8 up here. I need to mark that 9 up there. That's why I always keep up with them with these chips. It's just easier for me to do that than it is to try to. I like to know my toss count. 5, 4, 9, 30. Pays 44 after the VIG. I will take it to 40 and rack that. That's becoming one of my more favorite plays. You got to hit it though. There's a 4. Three, 1. We've got nothing on it. You got to look at 2027. Yep, you're right. It's already sold out. I'm not surprised after the crowd we had this year. It's got to be. $325. That's the point. All right, that's going to pay us a really nice $100. Oh, I got 50 down. Yep, 50. Yep, that's right. All right. Had weirding my little pea brain out there for a sec. Oh, wait a minute. That was not a 5. That was a 4. That's a hard 4 I threw. All right, let me take that back out. There's the 100. There's my odds back. That was a hard 4. I just, man. All right. So I'm going to have to bet the 4 and the 10. Oh, too much to the wall. There's another 9 though. Really, really close to the rubber on that one. I'm trying, on this bouncy table right now, I'm trying to land it. Actually, Sideshow, I'm trying to land it right in here is where I'm trying to put it. And I was a little bit deep. All right. We've got 40 on there. That pays 60 less $2, be 58. 55, 53. I'm right where I want to be with 2 hits. I want to be at 80. That number is well paid for, and a little bit of profit on the number. I need to move that to 5. 5 is the point. And that was a 6.3. Oh, I had a leaker and I got out. This one leaked out on me. And when I say leaked out on me, it split way to the right as soon as I released it. As soon as I released it. I don't know, we had several hits though. Would have liked another 9 though. 4 9s is where the magic is when you're at 80. I will say we've got a couple of slots left in Biloxi at the end of this month. It's getting tight on time, but we do have 2 slots left on Saturday. If you're interested, get in touch with Dice Coach Bo Parker at dicecoach.com. His phone number is on there. He will be glad to talk to you. If you heard 10 ton on our show today, which was a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing, except bad experiences in Tunica, he acted like he might not come back after this one. And I have no idea. I have no idea. Let me change something on my screen here. Yeah, that's an old favorite of mine. It hits normally I hit a lot of 6s and 8s with it. Normally. I'll throw it one more time just to see, and then we'll go to something else and probably call it. All right, there's my quarter for the ATS. There's my pass line bet for $25. There's my crap check. Hope I'm streaming okay. I got a warning here from YouTube. I probably got grandson soaking up all the bandwidth playing a game. Would not be surprised. But I am hardwired in, so this is a hardwired connection on this computer. All right, let's throw that set one more time, then I'll do something else. Small dice, 0.75s. There's a yo. That will net me 20 bucks because of this ATS. This crap check I've got right there. Let me clean this ATS up here and mark the 11. There's the yo right there. All right. He hates to fly. And since we don't quite have a full class, I don't know. Who knows 10 tons mine? Certainly not me. There's that 8 with that set. All right. I'm going to do $60 6 again, even though I did not throw one last time. There's 60. 30 and 30. Again, I'm Mississippi. And I'm going to put a black chip with 2 green chips as odds. Yeah, but he doesn't like to fly. Well, you know, Anthony, I understand because my mother's been in the hospital about 4 times since April. And that's why I'm sticking around the house and going over there and grilling out for them on Saturday. Mom and Dad are both 88, but she, you know, she's had 2 broke vertebrae. She came down with pneumonia a week ago, and now her blood pressure's dropping. There's a 549. Those landed pretty good right there. Those landed pretty good. Close to where I was trying to throw them to. They landed, I think, right there, and I was trying to throw them right there. So I was a little bit to the right, but I'll take that 549. It's going to pay 44. 43. It's going to pay 43. And I'll go to 40 and rack 33. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. She's doing pretty good. She's back home. She had a little scare with that blood pressure deal, but they had put her on some stuff to get fluid out of her. Tried to make sure there wasn't any pneumonia left. The good news is pneumonia's gone. There's a 6410. Bad news is that made her blood pressure drop. But the pneumonia's gone, so that's good. She's still in a back brace, and that's why she can't breathe well. Besides having COPD, she's in this massive brace that goes all the way around her trunk of her body. When she's up, moving around, oh, that's just the bottom of the rubber. Hard 6. That was a luck shot. We'll take luck. Nope, that's a 538. I'm sorry. Man, I'm having a hard time seeing those. All right, I'll slide that down there so y'all can see it. 60 pays 70. Let's see, let's mark that. 75, 85, 90. There's my dice. Sweet rolls. Good to see you there, girl. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good 4th of July holiday coming up. As for me, I got to work tomorrow. There's the point. There's that 628. I feel like I'm getting just a little bit dialed in, unless the dice do a funky thing when they land down there. That was a pretty good little roll right there. I liked it. All right, so we got a quarter, and then we got 180 coming on the odds. 75, 80. So 180 and a quarter. Picked all this up. We like it when that happens. And there have been many a time on that kind of situation where I'm trying to shoot for that 6 and 8 with that set right there. There's been many a time I'd put a $300 odds behind that. I'd have to add, in Mississippi, I'd have to add a nickel to the pass lines because it's 10 times odds. If I was in Tunica like I was last week, I could do $300 on a $10 bet because it's 100 times odds. All right, we're coming out. Let's do a $5 crap check just because. Let's get caught up on our ATS. 6, 8, 9, 10. We need a 12 for the tall. We've hit nothing downtown below the 6. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your retirement. Everybody keeps trying to get me to retire, and I ain't gonna. Oh, that was high. Now we got a downtown number. We got a point of 4. We got a point of 4. We'll put odds a quarter, and we'll go with a 10 for a quarter. Let's just do 60. Let's go back. No, let's do this. Let's go to 90. We hit that as a point. So we're going to go to 90 because we threw it twice and hit it as a point. And that gets me in a good place with my press schedule. I'm just kind of forcing my press schedule up because it was the point and I hit it. I got a few more years. I don't ever have to retire. I can work as long as I want. And as long as I want, I probably will. Oh, I'm coming way back. 639. That's our second hit on the 9. Again, a little further back from the wall than I want, but a good equal and opposite, or equal reaction off of the wall. All right. Zoom Track. I don't know how you say that, but thank you for joining up as a member. We do have memberships available. They're not expensive. They are not expensive, and I appreciate everybody's support that does that. And we do slide in a few members-only videos, basically from the Patreons that are way over a year old that nobody watches anymore. So let's get them out there and get them watched, I said. So I put them in the Patreon. I put them in the membership. All right, but they're like a year old. This one, you won't see many ever on membership right now that's on this table. You'll see my old table. All right. I got to pay that 9. I pay 60 less the VIG. That'll be 58. I want to take that. Let's see. 75 and 80. We're going to go to 80 with $18 coming back to the rack. Hard 10. That is a single pitch. It's going to pay us 50 for 1. There's the 1. I'll go to 50. Rack the quarter. I'm just going to work as long as I want to. That's the way I look at it. But I enjoy helping people. There is a 5. That's the first hit on the 5. All right, so here's my thought process. I could easily press that right on up to 40, and I probably will, but it has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tosses before I threw the 5, so I don't have a lot of inspiration to press it. 30 pays 44. 43. No, 44. I think. So, wrong one. I can easily go to 40 just by putting another $10 on it. And I'm going to do it. But it's been a lot of rolls between them. So that's kind of my thought process. Lou retired at 42 and he's only 48. Another yo. We've already thrown a yo. Crap check is long gone. Let's see. Ace deuce. Five, 4, 9. Those landed pretty darn flat. I could just tell by the thud on this bouncy ass table. Those landed pretty darn flat. I had one that come back a little bit, but it's a 9. 5, 4. We got 40. That pays 60. Less the VIG. That'll be 58. Now we're at the magic number. We go to 80. $33 comes to the rack. So that press schedule right there does put money back in your rack, and it sets you up to collect 116 if you hit it again. There's the 12. That would be the tall. Boxcars. Midnight. Dolly Parton. All the spots are full. That's going to drop us 300. There's 3 black chips for the tall. Good night, Real Pain. Have a good night. Good night, T-Was. Yeah, you are the bootlegger. It's always nice to have a side gig, isn't it? Let's see. There we go. Boy, I'd love to be 37 again. If I'm going to wish, put me back in there in my prime. All right. I'll take another 9. We just hit the small. We hit the tall. We need a 2. You know, we only need a 2. That's all we need. Points 4. right there. I need a 2. Whoa, come back here. Hard 4. That one right there bounced way back. There's 50 and there's a quarter, so we get 75 to the rack. I'm gonna go ahead and place it for a quarter, put 75 in the rack, including my original pass or odds on my pass line. And now I want to protect that ATS. Should I dare change sets? Should I dare change sets for that ace on the come out? I don't know. Y'all be pissed if I threw a 7, wouldn't you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to change sets. Two, 3, 1, 2. Got a 6. No harm, no foul. Point is 6. 4, 2. All right, so I'll pull the odds of 90 down and just make it 100. And there it is, 5-1. 5-1. Pays us there. It's going to pay us $120. Unless I have forgotten. And I am a bad dealer. I've proved that on many a video. I am an awful dealer because I get to thinking, especially when I'm doing odd numbers that I'm not used to dealing with, like I've done on some of these videos recently, because I start thinking about where I want to go, and then instead of paying what it pays, I end up paying where I want to go. Sometimes it's just, I have a bad brain when it comes to dealing sometimes. There's the crap check. Well, hello there. There is my son. He just had his birthday about 3 days ago. But we need a 2 to finish out the bonus. Whoa, and hop back. 628. Too much off the wall there, Ed. 6-2. We got 90 on it. We've already hit it at 90 once, I think. That pays us 105. So now we'll just free press this up to 180. And $15 comes back to the rack because we are playing with money we did not bring with us now. And we are shooting a set that favors 6s and 8s. Which means I need to put some odds on that pass line down there. I'll just drop a black chip. $426, that's the point. All right, we're still alive. Dun, 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 dun. I'll bring the 4-2 down there so y'all can stare at it when I make this payout down here on the pass line. We get a quarter. We're going to get a black chip and 4 reds. On the odds, that's a good hit. I like hitting points. I like hitting points with decent odds. That I do. We'll put a $5 crap check down here. Right there it is. I would like aces. I think I'll change sets again. Did I mess up? I thought I had the puck on 6, didn't I? I had the point on 6, and I ain't gonna roll back to take, but K9 is somebody up there. Yeah, my arm's getting tired, and I'm trying to force it a little bit. All right, so if I messed up, I'm sorry. This is practice. I thought the point was 6. I had the puck on 6. Maybe I marked the wrong point. I don't know. I'm sorry. It is what it is. If I screwed up, I screwed up. It's the luxury of having your own casino. There was a soft toss. Point is 5. All right, so I'm going to pull this out. $75, $80, $90. $50 odds on the 5. So I apologize if I messed it up. I thought I buckshot the 6. Yeah, okay. I thought I did, but I was reading something else up there about the point is 8. I'm looking up and trying to read. That could have been from, I don't know when that might have been put up there. And there's a perfect 5-2. Never did hit that aces. Always leave one hanging, don't you? And it's usually a 2 or 12. Left the 2 hanging. That would have been a good bonus hit. But all in all, I think I made some pretty good little decent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tosses. And only 2 of them were horns. Well, 3 of them were horns. There was a 12, so there would have been another one right there. I had 2 on the yo, would have been a 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tosses. All right, 14 tosses you can live with. Way better than the statistical average. Way better. Clean this up real quick. I cleaned that up like I knew what I was doing. Black chip in there. All right, we'll try a different set this time. I mean, we've had pretty good luck with 2 different sets. We'll try a different set. And none of them are in the same coaster column. None of them have the 7s in the same spot. There's my quarter for the ATS. Quarter on the pass line. There's my crap check. Let's go to the June Jam set, the 5362. 10 rolls Wow. Well, you made money. That's the whole point. The bonus is the bonus. It's great to hit it. It's exciting. It's fun. But the bonus is the bonus. You make your money on boxes, and if you had 11 rolls and only needed an 11, I'm sure you hit a lot of box numbers in between. So congratulations on a nice roll there, Sweet Rolls. All right, I'm feeling wounded in my right arm right now. I might need some medication. I do feel a little bit wounded in this right arm from chasing them freaking 5 squirrels around in my swimming pool. I will never do that again. I'll blow holes all in that thing before I chase them around again, shooting at them. I'll just shoot at them if I have to. It's already had a hole in it. What's a few more, right? All right. Crap check, $5, 10, 5, 10. We're good. We're going to throw the 5, 3, 6, 2. And we got a 5. All right, so we're going to step it up a notch. We're going to go 100 odds because we can. We're going to go 150 on the 9. And we're going to be weak in the middle and do 60 on a 6 and 8. And we'll put a $25 field out there. And if we PSO, we won't do that no more. Tossing oil always helps, otherwise known as brown water. And speaking of brown water, there will be a brown water bash of some sort next year, but I am working to make some changes. And if I can get those changes done, it will blow your mind. There's a yolk. Hard 10, nothing on it. There's my 4 and a 10. I threw a 10 on the second roll. That would have paid, right? That would have paid. So I'm just going to take that down. Let's see. That would have paid. Then I would have split it. And now it's off. There we go. So you got the field bet just gave me a 4 and 10. I got $12.50 invested on each number is the way I look at it. $549. $549. I got $150 on it. What's 3 times 75? Got $150 on the 9. Getting my phone out to make sure I don't cheat myself. Pays $225 less 5%. I'm gonna pay $213. All right, so there's 210 and 3. $213. It's going to be really simple. I'm going to take it to 200. And that puts $163 back in my rack. So I'm in profit on that number, right? I'm in profit on the 9. Long way to go. There's another 9. There's another 9. Y'all wonder now why I put so much money on that 9, right? To start out with. I think the secret is out. I think the secret is out. So I got 200. If I drop the dealer $10, he will give me 300. 300 for 10. Boom. I am definitely good on that number, and I'm actually good to the good on the whole hand with some nice little profit right there. Betting a strong number. Betting a strong number with a higher initial beginning. That's a 325. That would be the point. Look at there, dude. We just hit a 5. 3-2. I'll slide that down there for you. I got a quarter on the pass line, and I got $100. That's going to pay me $150 right there. So the secret is out on why I put $100 odds on the 5 and placed the 9 for $150. How about that? And those set down pretty well. I know y'all been debating about my hard toss and all that shit. And I know I'm as guilty as you are claiming for me to be. There is another yoke. There's another yo. That'd be a pass line winner. I'm only going to give, actually, here's my crap check that I would have had that would have fallen. So here is another crap check. Quarter to the rack. We've had 2 5s. I'm going to mark that 5. How long have we been on the air? Yeah, we're getting on 2 hours. This will be the last hand, I think. Ace deuce. And that's 3 horns with this set. And there's a 7 with this set. That's a come out 7. So that knocks all that shit down. And I forgot to pay myself on that ace deuce. So let's see, that would have been $10 of a winner. And then I just threw a 7, so this would win, that would press that, this would come down, here's that back, and I net $5. Sorry about that, I forgot I had that crap check out there. There's a 4. Mark the 4, start over again on the ATS. I don't know why we can't hit more ATSs. It's only 10 numbers. Old Bay is in the house. Hey, Craig. This is a set that I gave Craig a couple of years ago, 5362. Oh, too close. There's another ace deuce. That set tends to do that. I threw a bunch of ace deuces with that set and Tunica on the crapless table, even though I was not happy with my play. I just couldn't get into it. The vibe was bad. The mental aspect of it all was bad for some reason for me. All right. We need to get paid. Let's get paid. $549. Bingo. We got $200 on that 9. So again, that's going to pay us $300 for 10. There's the 10. Let's take it to 400. Put 100 in the rack. Think about what I just did. When I was doing 30, I was going to 40. So I'm just jumping it from 200. I could have gone to 500, no problem. But I wanted to put 100 in my rack. So now I'm at 400, which is like thinking about 40 without the 0, right? That makes sense? $549. Dang, I wonder why I put so much money on that 9 to start with. $549. Yep, we talked about that the other night. Y'all might see me as a guest on somebody else's podcast here soon. I don't want to spill the beans, but you never know. All right. If 40, think about this. 40 pays 60 less the VIG, which is $58. So this pays 600 less the VIG. I've got 100 for $100. That's $20 on the VIG. I'm sorry. I'm getting still Austin's creeping in here. We got 400 on the 9. That's going to pay us 600 less the VIG. So that would be 6 $5 chips. There's the VIG. I will gladly make that exchange. There's a purple chip and there's a black chip. I will take 600, not a problem. I will do that, not a problem. That's a great exchange. That is a great exchange rate. All right, so let's go ahead and go to, we'll use part of that and we'll press it another, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to 800. That'll pay $1,160 after the VIG. There's a hard 4. That would be the point. So I got 25 up there instead of behind me on odds. That should have been brought down there. So it don't really matter. It's a dollar difference. 50, 75 comes to the rack. I ain't hit any 6s or 8s. Isn't that weird? The VIG is $20. That's what I said. I think, didn't I do that? $4 $20, $5, whatever. I might have paid too much VIG. I'm on a $5 crap check. I don't have it laid out there, but I'm gonna call it because I can. Now I'll throw it in. And the point is 10. We threw 2 4s. There we go. Hard 10. You know, I threw a hard 4 and I threw a hard 10. That makes me want to go ahead and bet a $25 hard 4 and hard 10. Just for grins and giggles. But I really want a 9. Whoa, big hop. Shoot, I forgot to put my money down on the 5. 3, 2, 5. I'm not going to act like I would have, even though I would have. I'm just going to like, okay, I had a brain fart and I didn't do it. And I'm not going to say because it's my casino, I would have done this. I'm not even going to pay the 5. But I am now going to place it for 80, which is what I would have done. Unless I was asleep at the wheel. We need a 4 as well. I don't know why I didn't have anything. I don't know what happened to the 5. Anyway, there was nothing up there. So I screwed up. Cost myself money some kind of way. There's another darn yo. No 6s or 8s have been thrown with this set on this toss. It's kind of wild. So we've had 9s and 10s and yos. 9, 10, yo. 5. That's weird. Yes, I am doing the automatic buys because that's where I play, guys. I mean, that's where I play. Sometimes I use Vegas rules, but tonight I'm doing Mississippi rules. Oh, come back here. That was a lucky 4. There was one of Sideshow's too much on it there, it. That's going to pay 50 for 1. We'll go to 50. I'm going to pull that down and put $50 odds. How about that? Whoa, that flew off. Another 4, 3-1. When I do a bad toss, it's coming up 4s. I'll take it. It's going to pay 100 for $2. Go to 100. Come on, 9. I need a 9. A 9 would be a beautiful thing. Aces. All right, now we have a super dilemma. We don't have a 6 or an 8. We need a 6, 8, and 12. We need a 6, 8, and 12 to hit the whole thing. But I want a 9. I can make a lot of money on a 9 right now. I'm not changing a thing. And there it is. 6, 3. We got 6, 3. We got $800 on the 9. That's going to pay us $1,160. I got to walk down here to the other end of the table and get a pumpkin. There's 1,000. I'm almost out of black chips down here. There's 150, 60. That is also the repeater, if you're on the repeater bet somewhere with that, on that 9. And I'll tell you guys and girls right now, the 5 and 9 is where the money's at, not only in Mississippi, but if you're on a repeater table, that's where the real edge comes into play for you as a shooter. 5 of them. 5 of those. That's your best bet on the repeater bet, in my opinion. Take a little bit of Still Austin right here. I racked the 1,160 bucks because I ain't that stupid to not do that. That looks like a 325. That will now, you know, I didn't get paid last time because I didn't have anything on it, but this time I get 116. So there's 115, 116. I'm going to take $4 out of my rack. I'm going to go ahead and bypass the collection. That's kind of like a self-punishment thing, and we're going to 200. Now I'm even on my presses and behind on the rack. Five, 3, 8. Ooh! We got an 8. Finally, we got an 8. 60 pays us 70. And I'll tell you what, under normal circumstances, you should totally collect that 8. Totally. Right? And I'm going to. Because it has been a lot of tosses without hitting an easy number. Hard 8. I don't have a hard 8. I got a hard 5. I got a hard 10 and a hard 4. I'd like one of those too. I'd like another couple of 9s. If I could get about 3 more 9s, I could get the house max or damn close. All right. Oh, that was a bad throw, and I'm 7'd out. I hit it way, look at this. This 4 came all the way back to the C and E line. 3-4 and out. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. I just got a little adrenaline going or something there, I guess. We're going to call that. I want to see what I ended up with because we started out with $2,000. That roll, by the way, was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 junk in this thing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's only 19 rolls. But man, we made some money on the 9 right there. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do it sideshow style. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like doing it this way. That's 75. I can do it sideshow gamble style on the counting up. I ain't gonna count the white chips. I don't care. All right, so there's 20. Well, we'll go ahead and pull 5 of those out so I can have an even 100 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 1,000. All right. I'll come right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 400. 1 pumpkin, 1 purple. 1,500. 2,000. 25, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 4,075. And whatever that is, $4,075. Doubled plus the bankroll with the first 2 rolls, at least, were PSOs. So yes, Yank, you start high on your strong numbers. You don't even have to bet all the numbers. I've had people ask me, why are you only betting 3 numbers? Well, those are 3 numbers I expect to hit. So if you got a question, I'll hang around a minute while I sip on this bourbon. I'm not sure if I can, let me see what I can do here. Yeah, it was nice double up. My arm's tired right now, I can promise you that. Let me adjust that camera a little bit. Y'all can see my craps room. Y'all want a tour? I'm up against the wall. There's everything. There's my shoulder. Anyway, all right, so let me just go right there. Whoa, I dropped the camera. The camera fell over. That's not good. I have to readjust it now, Ed. Dang, it fell over again. I got a drunk camera. See if I can get it to stay there. Let me see. Let me make these legs longer. That'll have to work. That'll have to work. Y'all got any questions, pop them up there while I nurse this bourbon for a minute. and this arm and shoulder. It sucks getting old, folks. It sucks getting old. Yeah, we fell down. Sideshow, we fell down. What can I say? But we fell down. Not much I can say other than I'm getting old and my camera's drunk. I mean, my camera has had too much visual alcohol tonight. I don't know who all's still out there, but I appreciate y'all watching. We're going to try to do this I'm going to try to do this. Maybe every Thursday night we'll have some guest shooters in. I was talking to Jeff. Jeff couldn't make it tonight. He has a commitment on certain Thursday nights, and he wasn't sure he'd get back. So I said, well, I'm going to go live anyway. And son of a gun, if it didn't, somehow it worked. Somehow it worked. So anyway. Sideshow, you got to stay in rhythm as best you can. And you know as well as anybody, and when you're doing these live shows and you're trying to be the dealer and you got to be the stick man and you got to be the commentator, it's hard to stay in rhythm. But yeah, I got to go fast, as fast as I can. Is my camera messed up again? I think we're okay. Caveman, have you considered comeback with a field that had after you are out of the hand and across? Only, I do it sometimes. I mean, a lot of times if I throw a horn or throw a field bed or a horn, I will definitely try to throw, sometimes I'll throw a field out there, but it's just kind of one of them things. Roan, I love, it is a very good bourbon. I enjoy the Still Austin. This is the Still Austin cask strength right there. And my liquor store run by the state runs me about, I want to say $70 a bottle, right at $70 a bottle. So, pointers in starting to practice the Uri. Good question. Thank you, East Coast. I enjoyed that. I mean, I started out terrible. Had those PSOs and shit. I couldn't even set a point for a while, but anyway, you adapt. That's when I went to the all 7 set to kind of dial in my toss a little bit. And then I went to these other sets, nowhere near related. They're totally, people don't understand some things about the axial groupings of sets, but the all 7 got me going and gave me the confidence then to go ahead and change. I was up, and I thought it was a good idea to practice those other sets. That's kind of what I like to do when I'm doing these lives. Lives is practice as far as I'm concerned. I'm practicing something. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to, I have not tried their rye. I do like rye, but I haven't tried it. Yank, want to know any pointers in starting with the Uri? I think the Uri is perfect for straight out shots, actually, Yank, and you're a straight out shooter. It just depends on how much spin you want to put on it, and you might put too much spin on it. So that's the thing you got to be careful with on the Uri, is a lot of people put too much spin. Now, I was putting spin on it tonight, but I was making myself put spin on it, and sometimes I put too much. So, and that's true as well, East Coast. The less you practice, an all 7 set's not a bad set. I'm sitting here with a hard 4 and a hard 10 at $25. It's still sitting out there on the table. Every double pitch Every double pitch on the all 7 is a hard way set. That's the reason I love, it is a hard way hit. So every 7, the all 7 set, every double pitch is a hard way. That's why I like to bet the hard ways. If I'm in a rhythm of double pitching on that all 7 set, I can make money quick by hitting the hard ways and pressing them hard. Winfield, I'm enjoying. I have had several, not several, but I've had a couple of glasses. I've got it sitting up there on the shelf of that scotch that you gave me. And that's a very unusual scotch. It's a scotch blend, and it kind of starts out making you think you're drinking a bourbon or something, but then on the backside it gives you that whang of the scotch. Eagle Rare is a good bourbon. I have the 12-year Eagle right here. A little harder to find than the 10-year, but this was a gift from Crazy Bear at the Brownwater Bash, and I've had a couple, 3 out of it, but it's so hard to get that I'm not going to drink that fast. I can promise you. I like it. Maybe I should do a bourbon and crap show. We might even start smoking some bourbon. Anything else? The other thing I will say, Dr. Yank, is you got to figure out how you want to get your, I push with my 3 fingers. I push it forward and then go with my thumb. A lot of people will push down with their thumb and then grip with their 2 fingers. You got to decide which way is easiest for you to set up. And for me also, instead of having the dice straight out in front of me, most of the time I kind of turn them a little bit, maybe 30 to 45 degrees to the left, so that when I pick them up, it's just kind of a natural roll with my hand versus straight to my body. It's a little bit harder to me, but that's just me. You got to experiment on the setup on how it feels good to get into that Uri grip. But the Uri grip is a really good go-to down south when it's hot and humid. And the funny thing is, when they run those air conditioners in those casinos and make you want to wear a jacket, it's like, instead of not being humid, it seems to make it more sticky at times. So you've got to be aware of it, because there's a sweet spot in that air conditioning setting in those casinos where the humidity is good, and then there's either side of that sweet spot, the humidity is bad. It can be warm and humid, or for some reason it can be cold and the dice still stick. So, at least for me. So, Hard Rock is terrible about having a really, really cold. Good night there, Chris. It was good to have you. Good to see you on. I look forward to watching your next show. I appreciate you watching mine. I'll get you on here live one night. Better be careful. Well, because that's what I'd like to do, is get a couple of guys just playing craps, kind of like me and Gargoyle used to do. Me and Jeff. Jeff's going to come on, or I'm going to go on me and Jeff's dual stream, whatever. But we'll figure it out. I'm just glad that mine didn't fall apart tonight, that I was able to get a live stream up. All right, so East Coast asked me, this came to me from Yo 11. This is the James Buchanan's Special Reserve Blended Scotch Whiskey 18. I'll hold it right there for you, Clay, because I know you like Scotch. All right, so that's it. It is a blended Scotch, and it's got a pretty good stout proof to it. I can't read it without my glasses, so I'm not even going to pretend, but it's pretty potent, and it's good. Lou, thank you for stopping by. Anybody else got anything else before we sign off tonight? I've got some kind of weird, what is that? Engage. Nah, I don't want to do that. Never seen that marking before. I lost everybody. Close. There we go. All right. We've still got some people hanging around. If you want to ask me a quick question, we'll get after it, because I'm not going to toss anymore. My shoulder's hurting. And that muscle right there, I can feel that muscle right there from chasing them frickin' squirrels. I hate swimming pools. You're going to make me look at the, you're going to make me put my glasses on, Clay. This is not the 12, this is the 18. This is only 80 proof. This is only 80 proof. But it's got a very good Scotch taste on the back end. It's got it's almost a bourbon taste up front, and then it slides into that Scotch blend. But it's really good. I enjoyed it. For me, I've got to have that on a block of ice. I drank it neat the first time, and I said, okay, next time I got to have a block of ice. And I liked it better. And typically I like to drink Scotch, if I'm drinking Scotch, with a block of ice. Pacific Northwest Dice, X-Man. Thank you for stopping in, dude. I appreciate it. All right, bud, I will see you in about 3 weeks, I guess. I will always encourage Clay to get more Scotch. When you go play craps with Scotch and he says, come up to the room, I mean, you go to play, tongue in cheek, right? That was kind of like a Freudian slip. If you go and play craps with Clay and he says, come on up to the room, you're going to have some Scotch. No doubt about it. I am working, Anthony. I'm working on an idea, and I've got some friends trying to help me. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off, but I'm going to do my best. And I ain't saying anything about it, but there is something I'm working on for the Brownwater Bash that nobody has ever done. And I'm hoping that if it comes to fruition, it'll blow the socks off the craps world. G-Dub, you are late to the party. You're going to have to hit the rewind button. But you can skip my first 2 PSOs and go from there. Because everything after the first 2 PSOs was pretty darn good. Considering my table, my bouncy ass table. Because Ed is sitting down sipping on his last bourbon. Well, maybe not, but the last bourbon of the show. And chilling out right now. But thanks for stopping in. And when you get a chance, go back. I had some good rolls. I had some really good rolls in there. Yeah. Wow. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So go watch the rerun, G-Dub. Come see me in Biloxi sometime. Mike Malone. Mike Malone. Old school. I've been sipping on that moonshine you gave me. But I'm really, really slow with it because it scares me. It just scares me. So I'm slow with it. You know, I've been looking at steels. I've been looking at buying a steel. What the hell do I need a steel for? I don't know. But you know, you can make whiskey out of damn near anything. Bananas, peaches, whatever the hell you can find that'll ferment. It seems like you can make whiskey out of anything if you got a still. And I have looked at some of these mini stills you know, $700 or $800, you can buy a still and make your own moonshine, and you ain't got to go to the liquor store no more. As long as you can make something that's worth drinking, I guess. But I don't know. It's hard for me to give up bourbon. And I'm not into flavored whiskeys too much. But, you know, I'll drive to Indiana and get a truckload of corn if I have to. Yeah, Anthony, I've seen Deliverance. Oink, 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 oink. Squeal like a pig, dude. But I wasn't there alone. I had other people with me. So I wasn't scared. All right. I'll give y'all a couple more minutes because I'm just sitting here chilling out, resting from standing up and tossing. I'm wore out. So Anthony, if what I want to do comes to fruition, I agree, caveman. There's plenty of whiskey and good bourbons already out there. Just go buy it. But it would be kind of fun, as long as I don't blow it up or blow the house up or whatever, to kind of just tinker around with, you know, when I was a kid, we'd go squirrel hunting back in the mountains back there in East Alabama, and you'd find an old still. And they always intrigued me because obviously they had been abandoned, or maybe they had been torn up or, you know, destroyed, what have you. But you would find the remnants of an old still back in those hollers back there, always near to a nice little cool stream, of course. Got to have good water. No, Mike, don't make me one. I'll buy one. If I want one, I'll buy one. Don't make me one, dude. That shit you made me scares me. It scares me. Y'all think I'm lying? Y'all see that? That ain't water. That there is old school moonshine right there, dude. But I'm going slow with it. And there's another jar just like this, but it's a different flavor, sitting down here on the floor. Woo, that's good stuff, but it scares me. All right, everybody, I appreciate y'all watching. I thank each and every one of you. I hope y'all all have a safe and a happy, good time celebrating our country's 250th anniversary. You know, I can remember as a kid when we had 50 years ago, when we had the 200th anniversary of our country, and there was such a big thing about it. And I remember all the men down here were growing beards, or they were growing, you know, 1700s, 1800s style beards and mustaches, and you know, the big lamb chops that came down, all that kind of stuff. We don't have that this time. And you would think 250 years would be worth something special. We don't have enough people really, really into it this time. And I don't know if I'm afraid that's a testament to the attitudes of the people in general of this country. Because back when I was 16 years old, we were very patriotic. And I still am. I think our country needs to go back to its roots. I think our country needs to go back to a point where we revere God, we respect one another, and we work for our reward, versus what seems to be today's politics of, I don't need to work, just give me. There's a reset in the the thinking of the minds of the people today, and I don't like it. And so that makes me worry about our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and what kind of world and what kind of country they are eventually going to be involved in. You've got this great socialist movement coming in from New York to California, Colorado. And the socialists that are doing this have, and I'm going to go political right here, they have no idea what they're trying to do or what the consequences are of what they are trying to do. I think, they need to be taken out behind the woodshed and had the shit beat out of them, if you want to be honest about it. But, a good hickory on their ass, which they never ever had, would do them a lot of good. If they had had parents that would have whooped their asses for being inconsiderate and for doing the bullshit that they do today, in my opinion, we wouldn't have the crap that we're having to put up with. If we hadn't stopped the draft, we wouldn't have the crap. I believe that, if we hadn't stopped the draft. And no, I was never drafted. I was born in 1959. I never even had to register. So, but I do think there are military principles that lead to good parenting, that lead to be good citizens, and also good employees and entrepreneurs that we need in this country. I'm going to sign off with that, folks, because I just went political on you, and I didn't mean to, but, it is our country's 250th anniversary. And so whether you like what I said or not, it's just my opinion. You can be welcome to yours. Thank you each and all for watching, each and every one of you for watching and tuning in tonight. We're going to try to do this every other Thursday, 10 tons every other Thursday. I'm going to come in on the Thursdays. He's not doing that show, just kind of keeping the time slot active, welcoming the community in. I'm going to have guest shooters. It's going to be me and Jeff. I'll see if some other people want to come in with me at times, because I don't want to throw for 2 hours straight. My arm's tired right now. So God bless each and every one of you. Happy birthday to the United States of America come Saturday. Practice like you play like you practice, everybody. You know what?